Let me scry. I can fix this. No touching. We're way behind schedule. Decided by destiny. Access denied. We're way behind schedule.
Что так много комментов? Салам, как дела? Привет, топ, я второй собираюсь, топ, как дела? Всем норм, спасибо, дела норм. Круто, что собираешься. Ю. Что так много народу сразу? Я же в шоке.
Shadows of fate. Born of ice and frost.
Нифига. Часики выпали.
Everybody stand back! Ha! Adventure time! Yeah. No fair!
34 ранг.
Woo! Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye. Ad Astra Abyss. Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
Moon pie. That's what I'll make tonight. Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do. This looks like Tajim is done. Let's see what... Today, the villagers and I went kite flying today. Seems like your average diary of daily Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. Now that's the kind of info we're... So this is the... interesting. Looking at the color and the but anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a... Here we are! This seems to be... The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. It looks like a letter. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? Huh. So the reason... But he's been here for 30 years! Well, let's go give Tejima his...
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess... But I have no memory of anything that's... Still... It's clear that I was waiting. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I... And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regrets, everything I felt for her. No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. I think maybe not. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't... When I think about it like that, I do... How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I shall remain.
Tejima seems to be dealing... Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo. That certainly at least we were able... According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission. They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazu. But why would they take action against... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what...
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's...
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this.
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We heard the commotion and came to...
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll stop.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the others. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to... Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and...
I've never even heard of these I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend. That's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the right...
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the missing...
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through... To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders. Which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by... If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Huh. He seems to be tough, but we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure. We should be able to follow their track.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of... You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
We're way behind schedule.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Oh, There goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you. Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck.
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I would... But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little...
You've got a deal!
Huh?
What the...
There's nothing in here!
Yeah. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi. As for you guys, you're free to go.
Yes.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs.
Shut it.
We're way behind schedule.
I've been to the outside world before.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got, or perhaps, there. Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the... However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to...
So that's how he was getting those emergency... But why did he have to purchase a usual amount?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving... Kurosawa thought that... So he deemed it...
Wow. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
People's attitude. If you... Of course. As for why he chose to spend his... If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name...
Sword?
Oh, I've asked him in... Hi, why don't you ask... Oh, but... Don't worry. I won't charge.
At least we now know where the emergency... Let's go talk to Kurosawa.
Что именно? Какие?
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? What are you doing here all by yourself?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that...
Strange. I don't really have any such. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those. This sword was once wielded. I remember once when I was young. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me and said to me, with this.
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some word. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words seem taking on seemingly endless debts to make. But what use are virtue and justice? The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like, fortunately for us, let's go find the next poor soul.
Для них это значительное.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the This is his dojo.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong.
Maybe, but things have gotten dangerous.
It's just because he's been possessed. That's all.
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass. Don't make me draw my blade.
No! You got it so wrong. We just came here to...
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo. But then we got here and overheard you
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from a... Please, accept my apologies. We've had You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. I see you are earnest in your... Sensei's name is Domon. A name I'm sure you've already... Though self-taught, he mastered... He once said that his goal... And so... But then...
Not long ago, he says the strange Junior and I have if I'm honest.
The Grand Narrow.
You haven't heard of it? Not that we'd have, so don't worry, Nanako. The exorcism will take place this evening.
So, losing your vision can...
Ну, хз, если будет настроение. Не знаю, надо подумать.
Just now, when she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. All the while he kept... One of them was... Sensei wouldn't stop. The ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me for a...
Ты, кстати, так не думаешь попробовать научиться подтягиваться? Хорошо.
Who's that sneaking? We won't let them get away with... Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Next on the agenda. Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be...
How? Are you sure you're Dolmon's disciple? Unless... I guess it...
excuse me! We're the ones asking the questions here. First, and what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you...
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai? Yes, that's because I don't wish to see Dolmon or anyone else's... When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster. Studying Make-Yoshi, I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to... But Dolmon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such... I thought so too at the time. But Dolmon began making swift progress in his training. Only then did I realize that he was consumed by his singular desire to become...
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sense. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. Dolmon's arrival changed everything. When we spot later, I heard... After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have... I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story.
Seems like we got it wrong. Still, Paimon's not...
Хорошо. На самом деле, я, кстати, планирую в другую школу переходить.
What? You're saying does that mean he's just
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what? But spirits may take a myriad of forms and all is certainly not law.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Naru?
Correct. Lady Yai is... I am unable to say for...
Excuse me.
That won't be necessary. I must leave now, but we will meet...
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken...
Do you mean to say that's...
No, that's not what I meant. I just mean this is... Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet...
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty... Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to...
Бля. Что? Не забираться прям на саму гору этой Инадзумы. Короче, открой пока что немного остров. Там Сумеру открылась. Открой пока что Сумеру. Пока я быстренько выполняю задание. Также Миша, а это что? Имеет в виду тот момент? Кира. Я бы въебал. Нет, на самом деле нельзя так сказать. Блин, заставь его это сделать без рофла. Я же говорю, я повъебал сразу.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for
Даже не
great
думая
happiness.
там о последствиях, вот это все. Щепливать. Ё-блин. Что это? Ты Надзума? Как тут? Как тут? Типа... Так я к тебе меня заявила. Бля, ты без знаю, как здесь сейчас сложно. Ты жалуешься, то, что тебе лень выполнять задание. Но сейчас более скучное дело. Пожалуйста. У меня более скучное задание, чем у тебя сейчас. Мне на гору подняться надо. Это, сука, скучно. Зато у меня мир такой же, как и у тебя, так что я могу к тебе присоединиться. То ты не мог к ней как присоединиться, а я могу теперь. Поэтому я тебе могу помочь совершенно с чем угодно. Типа у меня козла и кли 60 уровня, еще у них оружие 3-го пробуждения. Вообще кайф. Дамажит под 2к урона. А с критом 4к. Я же правильно понимаю то, что все... Да. Блин, как я не знаю. Как туда забраться? Бля. Понятно, так будет. Пятый дивик это изи. Там без зря. Дивика, не дивика. Это он настолько бот, то что вы настолько слили. Ты не бомбанул? Теперь ты в тельте, да? Наконец-то. Также миссия на следующий день. Я, кстати, что хотел сказать. Я, может быть, завтра одного знакомого позову. Но он чисто тоже учится подтягиваться. Он учится выход делать. Именно научиться. А я не обещаю то, что... Я говорю то, что не факт. Далеко не факт. Процентов 20 то, что будет. Посчитал. Так это Матвей. Кстати, Миша, помнишь, что ты хотел прибить Матвея? Вы там поругались, и ты хотел прибить Матвея. Я не помню за что, но я помню то, что ты это хотел. Ну просто прикол в том, то, что это Матвей. Сказал то, что ты лох. Он сказал то, что ты ботик в Fortnite.
Keep away. I gave up the art of the sword. Please.
As you can see, Lady Domon has persisted in this state for some...
Lady Ai, it must be a This is nothing like him at all. In the past... I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is... But... Then does that mean he... Yes. This is a change. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual... As one who is thrown into the sea, where he fights back desperate. As for what has triggered this change...
Stripped of his ambition?
Your school practices make you shisui art. Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to... Then... What of the one who crossed blade? Lady, the path of the sword master. It requires one to take their sword firm. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. Much like a certain fatally flawed... Poor sensei.
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Anza? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Ansai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost?
Да.
You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings... It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing. I don't think most of the people you beat along... Now I know that we can't place our hopes, but that is no reason to...
But what if one day...
Да.
I put everything I had into trying... If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather...
Have you asked them what they...
Sensei,
After
after you rescued me from the hands of the pirate, I can't know whether I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my...
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see, you can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never... So, you are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to... But as your sensei, this is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
Уже был подготовлен. Завтра ты это тоже сделаешь. Сегодня-завтра 100 отжиманий.
You can count on that.
Суммарно.
I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. Well, don't just stand there staring at me.
So even though his ambition was taken away...
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady...
So, my intuition was correct.
Ну, ничего страшного, там до 2 часов ночи
The
ночью.
wind that blows for us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you.
Смотри, за
Lady Yae
смерть
seems to have taken a
20,
real interest in
за
you.
убийство 30, за проигрыш 200, за проигрыш
She
300.
seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time.
Да
For
не,
now,
нормально. Да. Не, ну смотри, я сейчас буду киберспортом вообще. Чё так мало? Я тебе кинул запрос. Так я 100 делаю сейчас. Обычно. Ой, извиняюсь, 500. Почему не могу войти к тебе? Выполни задание.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Не волнуйся, я убью все лобби ради тебя. Еще как надо. Стой, погоди, нет, нет. Почему? Да ничего страшного. Нет, сегодня есть просто погрешность. Точно не обязательно не надо 12. Можно чуть-чуть попозже. Угу. Покажи мне сейчас миссии. Угу. Тогда ты скажешь пошли в Кейси.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our 3 friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Ayaka. Wait a...
Oh.
Oh. Okay then. Ayaka?
Back to the matter at hand. Thunders roar, but I believe that surely you want. It seems that perhaps now you can. You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right.
See? I told you.
Буду.
Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more
Ну, в катке буду разминаться.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me.
So, what's...
This is land that was. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep...
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began.
Makes sense.
In any case, We can talk freely here. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was it was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me. The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the vision hunt decree is something that, after all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive vision. Because of this, the attitude of most people
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless...
Resistance?
Yes. To say a little more about Sangono, but I do wonder whether there may... Of course! They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for... It almost makes one wonder whether they...
Ooh, Paimon has a...
Oh? What?
Have you got a plan yet?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging... Well, for the moment, for example, by providing vision...
You're telling Paimon that there are people...
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was...
Darn!
Yes. Exactly. I feel the same way. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka.
Даже Люся лайк, что помешает тебе. Все, радуйся, я сейчас буду заходить. Не.